friends, well, I have been talking about my dyed papers in many of my videos lately, and I wanted to show you what I created really specifically for the Christmas season, although could be used other times during the year, but I certainly had the holidays in mind when I made them. So I've got a stack here of, this is my Christmas green paper, and it's just really pretty. I'll show this to you up close. The other one I wanted to show you, if you like pastels, this is definitely what I would consider to be a pastel. However, the edges are a bit darker. These are all coffee dyed, even though they have color on them, they are also coffee dyed. And then lastly, I have a nice stack of my coffee and gold papers. And I'll give you a little bit of a close-up of all of these. These are the coffee and gold, and actually I sold out of these that were in my Etsy shop, so I am making a fresh batch right now. All right, friends, this is my pink coffee dyed paper, and it has, I'm gonna try to show some of these up close for you so that you can see the edge. So you'll see that it's almost red here on the edge. Each page obviously is different, the way it absorbs the coffee and the color and the way they're stacked. It's gonna, like this one has a few like very faint spots on it. I don't know if you can see that. Let me try to hold it so that the light can get it. This one's a little darker, as you can see. This one has a nice dark edge and it's got really dark corners. This one all the way around the edge is a bit darker. This one's got some spots on it. So some of them are like super like clean looking, and then some have a little more texture, I guess, if you will, to them. This one's got a beautiful dark edge here. And then the last I wanted to show you was my green coffee dyed paper. So I did these also with Christmas in mind. However, I feel like this could be used in the spring too. And I just love how this came out. Again, some of the edges are darker and they're just beautiful. This one has some spots. Look at all of these have such a nice dark edge. Oh, this one's darker. Look at that. This one's got some spots on it. So I'll flip through some of these real quick so you can get a quick look at them. I'll have these listed in Etsy as well. I tend to take pictures of, like if I list a 20 pack of paper, I get as many pictures of the sheets as possible so that you know what you're getting. Look at this edge here. So anyway, if you want green for Christmas journals or any other sort of springtime journal or something like that, you know where to find them. I have been playing with paper again, and I tried a few new things that I have not tried before. I am absolutely delighted with the results, so I would like to give you a close-up of them so that you can see them. And also I'll tell you that I'm going to go ahead and put most of these in my Etsy shop. There'll be some that I'll keep for myself, but anyway, I'm excited to show you my freshly made paper. For the batch on the top, I used coffee, but I crinkled the paper before I put it in the coffee, and then I let it soak. Now, by doing that, it did create some holes here and there, so this will probably be something to use, maybe not bound in a book, but to use in other ways. So I'm gonna quick go through those though, because it did have a really cool effect, and I just kind of want to show you those. So I'll put this in fast forward and I'll just pull them to the side, but that way you can see each one and kind of how cool it looks. Now this one was the same crinkle effect, but I used a different formula, and so you'll notice that it comes out almost a little bit green in this. Now these papers, I used also another different formula, and I used coffee and I combined it with a little something else, and it came out very light, much lighter than I expected, but I do like how the edges absorbed some of the color more deeply. Now this is a new favorite of mine. I used a special formula here as well, and I created these with the thought in mind of perhaps Halloween or steampunk or grungy or gothic or something like that. These papers have a silver gray hue to them, and I absolutely love them. I think they're beautiful. Now these have more blue in them with just a little bit of green, but as I start to pull through the papers, you'll notice more blue. This has got some blue here, but then it's got green around the edge. Again, we've got blue and green mixed on this one. This would be great for the mermaid book that I'm gonna do. This has got some blue with just a little bit of yellow here, and then the rest is almost green. This one's a little bit more intense. The pages on top tend to be more intense than the ones that are underneath in the pile when you're soaking them, and this came out really neat. So now we have some kind of pastel pink. I think they came out beautifully. Some of them I crinkled before I soaked them, and so you get a little bit of that effect. I hope you can see that on the camera. Again, this is one of those top ones, and something about maybe the oxygen that it receives it or the way it dries it, I don't know, but anyway, they come out a little bit darker. I'll definitely be putting some of these in my Etsy shop. Now we have a true mint green. The other ones were more blue, but this is all minty green. Some are crinkled, I hope you can see that, and then some are not crinkled. And I haven't placed these under a book yet, so you're really seeing truly just how they are raw right after they dry. So I haven't, you know, some people iron them. I don't iron them, but I will stick them under a book to flatten them out. I have not done that yet. So friends, those are my gorgeous papers. Thanks for watching. See you soon.